Hello everyone. So we were discussing in previous class we were discussing about basics of research. Today also we are continuing with the same topic, basics of research. From where we left in previous video. So in previous class we already discussed about the structural method of acquiring knowledge, unstructured method of acquiring knowledge and structural method of acquiring knowledge. So when we look about the structural method of acquiring knowledge, there are four method four method of acquiring structural method of acquiring knowledge. The first one is the logical reasoning, assembled information, problem solving, and the fourth one is the scientific method, which is also called as the research. Okay, so we discussed in previous video logical reasoning. That is, what is logical reasoning? Basically, logical reasoning is the mental processing of idea in order to solve the problem. And this logical reasoning is also divided into two types. It means this logical reasoning is of two types. The first one the inductive and another one is the deductive. What is the inductive reasoning? Inductive reasoning is basically the process of developing generalization. Process of developing generalization from specific process of developing generalization from specific observation. Okay, what is inductive reasoning? Inductive reasoning is the process of developing generalization. Process of developing. Process of developing generalization from specific observation. As for example, I am taking here one example from health sector. Suppose one professional one professional, that is health professional, may be of staff nurse or nursing professional or medical professional, whatever, whosoever may be, okay, who are working in the health sector and in ward setup, hospital setup. So one professional observe anxious behavior among hospitalized child. One professional observe anxious behavior among whom? Hospitalized child. Hospitalized child. Right. Then what he or she concluded that children separation. कंक्लूजन क्या ड्रॉन किया इससे उन्होंने? Children separation from parents. Okay. Conclusion drawn by the okay. So the conclusion drawn by the professional was इसने क्या conclude किया? Children separation from parents are stressful. Children separation from parents during their what? Hospitalization. during their hospitalization are stressful, okay. So here you can see two things, like what what professional observe at the time first, then what professional what professional observe at the first instant. Professional observe anxious behavior among hospitalized child, okay. Anxious behavior among hospitalized child, it means this is the what you call, this is the specific concept which they observe, specific observation which is made by the professional. What the specific observation? Anxious behavior among hospitalized children. किस में देखा? Hospitalized children में देखा. कौन सा behavior देखा? Anxious behavior देखा. What is anxious here? This is the specific observation. This is a particular observation, specific observation, okay, made by whom? Professional. What specific observation? Anxious behavior, okay. तो आपका इंडक्टिव रीजनिंग क्या था? इंडक्टिव रीजनिंग इज बेसिकली द प्रोसेस ऑफ डेवलपिंग जनरलाइजेशन फ्रॉम स्पेसिफिक ऑब्जर्वेशन. So in this example, what the specific observation is basically anxious behavior, okay. Then what they concluded, और ही और सी में भी ही और सी कंक्लूडेड, जो भी प्रोफेशनल वहाँ पोस्टेड थे उसने कंक्लूड क्या किया? दिस एंसियस बिहेवियर ऑफ हॉस्पिटलाइज्ड चाइल्ड is because of what? Because of children's separation from parents during their hospitalization. As the children's separation from their parents during their hospitalization are stressful. ये क्या है? आपका जनरल प्रिडिक्शन है. This is generalization, or you may say that the general prediction. General prediction, it means like कि चिल्ड्रन सेपरेशन अगर रूमिंग नहीं किया जाता, रूम इन पेरेंट्स को नहीं किया जाता है लॉन्ग विद देयर चाइल्ड, देन stressful behavior may develop in case of children, and that stressful behavior will express in terms of anxious behavior. This is the general prediction. So this is the inductive reasoning, how they came to know about this key anxious behavior of children. Anxious behavior of children because of the non rooming in of the hospitalized children's parents, बिकॉज उसमें एंसियस बिहेवियर डेवलप हो गई. उसने प्रोफेशनल ने ऑब्जर्व किया एंसियस बिहेवियर एमंग द चिल्ड्रन. किसकी वजह से? क्योंकि उसमें रूमिंग इन नहीं किया गया था पेरेंट्स को, तो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट उसमें एंसियस बिहेवियर देखा गया. तो वाई एंसियस बिहेवियर देखा गया? एंसियस बिहेवियर क्यों देखा गया? बिकॉज ऑफ सेपरेशन एंजाइटी. तो आपकी जो जनरल प्रिडिक्शन क्या थी? सेपरेशन एंजाइटी. स्पेसिफिक ऑब्जर्वेशन was your anxious behavior. It means here you are developing knowledge or making conclusion on the basis of specific observation. स्पेसिफिक, आपने एक स्पेसिफिक चीज को ऑब्जर्व किया, एंड ऑन दैट स्पेसिफिक ऑब्जर्वेशन यू आर मेकिंग जनरल प्रिडिक्शन. Okay. So with the help of specific observation, if you are making general prediction regarding anything, that is your inductive reasoning. And the vice versa of this is your deductive reasoning. So what is deductive reasoning basically? So deductive reasoning is the process of developing specific prediction. Right, specific prediction from your general principle. Right, general principle. इट मीन्स द वाइस वर्सा ऑफ दिस. अब इसी एग्जाम्पल को आप अगर अपोजिट कर दे तो दैट विल बी द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ योर डिडक्टिव रीजनिंग. हाउ? लाइक if we assume that separation anxiety occurs in hospitalized children, Like, if we are assuming that the separation anxiety occurring in hospitalized children में अगर होता ही है, that means this statement, separation anxiety in hospitalized children, is a general statement, because this is applicable for all has hospitalized children जितने भी जो हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट है, हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट है फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर ट्रीटमेंट, उन सब में ये सेपरेशन एंजाइटी देखा जा रहा है. सो दिस इज अ जनरल ऑब्जर्वेशन, जनरल प्रिंसिपल. सेपरेशन एंजाइटी सारे हॉस्पिटलाइज चिल्ड्रन में हम देखते हैं. सो व्हाट वी आर प्रिडिक्टिंग फ्रॉम दिस जनरल ऑब्जर्वेशन, we are predicting that children admitted in the hospital whose parents are not rooming in, वो चिल्ड्रन जिसको हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट तो किया जाता है, बट दैट चिल्ड्रंस आर नॉट रूमिंग इन विद देयर पेरेंट्स, जिनके साथ पेरेंट्स को नहीं रखा जाता, दे आर डेवलपिंग स्ट्रेस problem or they are developing anxious behavior. So by general principle, we are extracting the specific prediction. By general principle, we are extracting specific prediction. So this is deductive reasoning. Okay, so in logical reasoning, we are able to understand inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning. What is inductive reasoning? Inductive reasoning is the process of developing generalization from specific observation. General concept हम develop कर रहे हैं from a specific observation, like anxious behavior in hospitalized children are developing because of separation anxiety or separation of children from their parents, right? And what is deductive reasoning? Deductive reasoning is again the vice versa of inductive reasoning, like the process of developing specific prediction from the general principle. एक general principle से हम specific prediction को observe कर रहे हैं. So what is here general principle? Like general principle में हम जानते हैं separation anxiety will develop anxious behavior in hospitalized children. Separation anxiety anxious behavior hospitalized children में डेवलप करता है. दिस इज अ जनरल प्रिंसिपल. एंड अब ये जनरल प्रिंसिपल है तो हम स्पेसिफिक प्रिडिक्शन क्या करते हैं, अगर ऐसा होता है सेपरेशन एंजाइटी सारे हॉस्पिटलाइज चिल्ड्रन में अगर डेवलप होता है, इट मीन्स वी आर प्रिडिक्टिंग दैट चिल्ड्रंस आर एडमिटेड इन हॉस्पिटल, ऑल चिल्ड्रंस, जितने भी चिल्ड्रंस जो हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट है, whose पेरेंट्स आर नॉट रूमिंग इन विद, जिसके पेरेंट्स को उनके साथ नहीं रखा गया है, दे विल डेवलप द सिम्टम्स ऑफ एंसियस बिहेवियर और स्ट्रेस. So this is your deductive reasoning and example of deductive reasoning. So moving on to the next, that like we are discussing this topic under लॉजिकल रीजनिंग. एंड लॉजिकल रीजनिंग किसका टाइप था? स्ट्रक्चरल मेथड ऑफ डेवलपिंग नॉलेज. सो विल मूव टू नेक्स्ट, दैट इज द असेंबल्ड इंफॉर्मेशन, द अदर मेथड ऑफ योर अदर स्ट्रक्चरल मेथड of developing knowledge, other structural method of developing knowledge. So the next one is your assembled information. assembled information. अब यहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं assembled information as the name suggests assembled information. It means you are gathering information from somewhere, gathering information from various sources. बहुत सारे सोर्स से आप इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर कर रहे हो, एंड दैट सोर्स मे बी योर लोकल, national and international data. From various sources you are gathering information, and with the help of that you are developing knowledge. This is one of the method of structural method of developing knowledge. First one is the logical reasoning, another in logical reasoning inductive and deductive reasoning, and the next one is the assembled information, and the another one is your problem solving. The third one is problem solving, right, problem solving, and the fourth one is your scientific method, which is research only. Scientific method, which is research only, right? So ultimately we need to discuss, and we are discussing research only. Ultimately we have to discuss research because this is the basic of research, and under the basic of research I'm starting from the very beginning, like why research is needed, how research is originated, and in which method research comes. So, and in logical reasoning, I already have said, like inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning, both the process and the method of developing a structural method of developing knowledge is very important, and most of the time question comes from this in master entrance question or in PhD also. This is very important topic, and one question comes from this inductive and deductive reasoning. Okay, let's move to the problem solving. Another method, structural method of developing knowledge, problem solving. Okay, now as the name suggests, problem solving method, we may say that problem solving method of development of knowledge or developing knowledge, right? As the name suggests, problem solving, it means there will be a problem, right? There will be a problem, and there will be a problem, and we are searching solution for that. एक प्रॉब्लम होगा और उसका हम सॉल्यूशन ढूंढेंगे और हम सर्च करेंगे एक उस प्रॉब्लम के सॉल्यूशन को. सो दिस प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग मेथड को हम क्या कह सकते हैं? दिस प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग मेथड इज बेसिकली अ प्रोसेस ऑफ सर्चिंग अ सॉल्यूशन फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर प्रॉब्लम. एक प्रॉब्लम की सॉल्यूशन को हम जो सर्च करते हैं, दैट प्रोसेस इज योर प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग. व्हाट इज प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग मेथड of developing knowledge? This problem solving method of developing a knowledge is basically a process of searching solution of a particular defined problem, right? So hence this is a process. It means it will comprise certain steps. It means इसके कुछ steps होंगे. So we'll move to the steps of problem solving, right? So what are the steps of problem solving? Problem solving process. So the first step in this is, as the definition suggests, like definition क्या था problem solving का? Problem solving is a process of searching solution of a particular problem, solution of a particular defined problem. So first of all we need to define problem. तो इट मीन्स क्या है कि सबसे पहले हम तो एक प्रॉब्लम सर्च करेंगे, सर्चिंग फॉर ए प्रॉब्लम सर्चिंग फॉर ए प्रॉब्लम और प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट देन विल डिफाइन प्रॉब्लम. द नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज, जब हमने एक प्रॉब्लम को डिफाइन कर लिया, देन वी नीड टू एनालाइज द प्रॉब्लम एनालिसिस. नीड टू एनालाइज द प्रॉब्लम मीन्स we need to analyze the problems, like what are the contributing factor which are influencing the problem. what is the exact problem basically? कौन से फैक्टर है जो इस प्रॉब्लम को इन्फ्लुएंस कर रहे हैं? किन फैक्टर्स को हम अगर डीएक्सलरेट करेंगे तो हम सॉल्यूशन की तरफ पहुंच सकते हैं. These are the factor for which we are analyzing the problem. So the next step or the second step of problem solving is the problem analysis. Now moving to the next step. Next step जब हमने problem analysis कर लिया, then next step is you are generating possible solution. It means we are moving towards the solution, searching of solution कि हमें सॉल्यूशन क्या मिल सकता है. तो द फर्स्ट स्टेप ऑफ सर्चिंग प्रॉब्लम इज द जनरेटिंग पॉसिबल प्रॉब्लम्स. On the basis of problem analysis, we will generating possible solution. Generating possible solution of that particular problem. उस particular problem के टुवर्ड्स हम एक पॉसिबल सॉल्यूशन जनरेट करेंगे. एंड द नेक्स्ट स्टेप ऑफ दिस इज बेसिकली द पॉसिबल सॉल्यूशन. मतलब इट मीन्स लाइक वी आर जॉटिंग डाउन what will be the solution, क्या क्या सॉल्यूशन हो सकते हैं, पॉसिबिलिटी क्या क्या हो सकती है सॉल्यूशन की. एंड आफ्टर दैट on the basis of this possible solution we will move to the next step. And what will be the next step? Like the एनालाइजिंग द सॉल्यूशन. जितने भी पॉसिबल सॉल्यूशन को हमने जॉट डाउन किया था, नाउ इन फोर्थ स्टेप वी विल एनालाइज the solution. Analyzing the solution, we will analyze the solution here in this step. लाइक कि अगर एक सॉल्यूशन उस प्रॉब्लम का निकला है तो हम हाउ विल वी एबल टू अचीव दैट सॉल्यूशन. उसके इम्प्लीमेंटेशन पार्ट में क्या प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है या नहीं हो सकती है, वेदर दैट इज़ फिजिबल और नॉट. सो विद दिस वे वी आर एनालाइजिंग सॉल्यूशन. द नेक्स्ट स्टेप आफ्टर दिस, हमारा जो नेक्स्ट स्टेप आ जाएगा, सेलेक्टिंग द बेस्ट सॉल्यूशन. द फिफ्थ स्टेप इज सेलेक्टिंग. अब जब हमने सारे ही सॉल्यूशन जितने जॉट डाउन करे थे उन सबको एनालाइज कर लिया, उनके पर्टिकुलर क्वालिटी पे, लाइक प्रोज एंड कॉन्स पे, क्या उसके मेरिट एंड क्या डिमेरिट्स होंगे और सबसे मेरिट वाला सॉल्यूशन कौन सा है. ऑन दिस बेसिस और ऑन दिस क्राइटेरिया इफ़ वी एनालाइज द ईच एंड एवरी सॉल्यूशन, सारे सॉल्यूशन को जब हमने एनालाइज कर लिया, देन द नेक्स्ट स्टेप विल मूव टू द सेलेक्टिंग द बेस्ट possible solution. Selecting the best solution. Selecting the best solution, it means on the basis of their merits and demerits, in this step will select the best solution. So सबसे best solution होगा pertaining to this problem, will select that. Okay, and then after that we'll move to the next step. And the next step is the implementation or execution of that particular solution. जब हमने best possible solution हमने find out कर लिया, then we'll implement that solution. The next step or the sixth step of problem solving is the implementation of that solution. After implementation what will come? Implement कर दिया. अब that implementation, whether it is fruitful or not, whether it is well executed or not, how will check? With the help of evaluation. With the help of evaluation and revision, of course. So the next and the last step of this problem solving, that is the seventh step, is your evaluation and revision. Right. Evaluation and revision, it means evaluation of the implementation part of this problem solving process. कैसे इम्प्लीमेंट हुआ, हाउ वेल एग्जीक्यूटेड, किसी तरह की प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं आई, प्रॉब्लम आई तो कहाँ पे आई, ऑल दिस विल कम अंडर द इवेल्युएशन पार्ट. एंड द रिवीजन, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय द रिवीजन? अगर कहीं पर प्रॉब्लम आई ड्यूरिंग एजुकेशन पार्ट ऑफ दिस सॉल्यूशन, देन वी नीड टू रेक्टिफाई दैट, and certain rectification made by us at that stage, and then again the process of that problem solving will start in another setting. So this is all the process of, or all the steps of problem solving process. How many steps of problem solving process are there? 7 steps. The first one is the search for the problem and defining the problem. Next one is the problem analysis. First one is the search for a problem and defining the problem. Next one is the problem analysis. Third one is the generating the possible solution. The fourth one is the analyzing the solution, all possible solution ka analyzation. And the fifth one is the selection of best solution. The next one is the implementation of solution, and the last one is the evaluation and revision of the solution. So these are the steps of problem solving process. One of the structural method of acquiring or gaining or developing knowledge for a particular domain of subject, right? So we'll move to the another, the last and the very important method, structural method of developing knowledge, very reliable and scientific and systematic method of developing knowledge is your रिसर्च, जो कि हमारा मेन टॉपिक है, जो कि हम आगे पूरे कंप्लीटली डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. The third one, the fourth one, and the last method, and very systematic, very structural is scientific method. What is this scientific method? Is research, scientific method of developing knowledge, that is your research. तो रिसर्च तो हम अब नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स वी आर डिस्कसिंग रिसर्च ओनली, वी विल डिस्कस रिसर्च ओनली. हम तो रिसर्च के बारे में ही पढ़ेंगे. रिसर्च क्या है, व्हाट द लिटरल मीनिंग ऑफ रिसर्च, रिसर्च क्या है, हाउ, व्हाट द डेफिनेशन इज, व्हाट द मीनिंग इज, हाउ वी आर taking forward research, और what the purpose, what the importance. हम सारा कुछ रिसर्च के बारे में ही पढ़ेंगे नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स. बट बिफोर दैट, जब स्ट्रक्चरल मेथड में हमने इतनी स्ट्रक्चरल मेथड डिस्कस किए, तो द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग जो लास्ट में हमने डिस्कस किया, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग प्रोसेस. तो ये भी एक प्रोसेस है, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग. एंड रिसर्च इज ऑल्सो अ प्रोसेस. Research is also a process, but what kind of process? Research is a systematic process or a scientific database पे based होता है. Scientific method और systematic process of developing knowledge. So before going very deep into the research, I will discuss certain thing like the literal meaning of research and definition of research. Then we'll move to the difference of this problem solving process and research. कि problem solving process भी एक process है where we are finding solution of a problem, and research भी क्या है, we are doing research for what? We are doing research in order to develop knowledge only. So what the difference between the problem solving process and the research process? Research process में और problem solving process में basic difference क्या है? अगर दोनों ही एक structural method of developing knowledge का part है, तो इन दोनों में क्या difference है? इसमें भी steps है, इसमें भी steps है, even though these two terminology having certain differences in their own part. So we'll discuss that, and afterwards we'll discuss research in full-fledged manner. So now comes to the research. What is research? Basically, if we divide this two term like re plus search, then we'll find what re means again and again. It means doing a thing again and again. What thing we are doing here? Like here search means find. It means finding anything again and again. Research, what the literal meaning of this? Re again. Search means to find out. So the literal meaning of research is finding certain thing again and again. किसी भी चीज़ को हम बार बार फाइंड कर रहे हैं कि what will be the possible outcome. Okay, fine. So if we'll define research, then what could be the definition of research? As I already said, research is a systematic method or systematic process. Research एक systematic process है. It means this is the one property, systematic. The second one is your structural, or we say that scientific. It's a scientific method or scientific approach. It means research. We may define research as a scientific systematic method of exploring, describing, explaining, relating, or establishing the existing phenomena. जो फिनोमेना हमारी ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट कर रही है, उस एग्जिस्टिंग फिनोमेना को एक्सप्लोर करना, डिस्क्राइब करना, एक्सप्लेन करना, रिलेट करना और इस्टेब्लिश करना. राइट. द फैक्टर्स दैट कॉज चेंजेस इन द फिनोमेना, उस फैक्टर्स को भी एक्सप्लोर करना जो उस फिनोमेना को चेंज करते हैं. एंड हाउ द फिनोमेना इन्फ्लुएंस द अदर फिनोमेना, और किस चीज़ को एक्सप्लोर करना, उस फिनोमेना को भी एक्सप्लोर करना कि ये फिनोमेना दूसरे फिनोमेना को कैसे अफेक्ट करता है. दिस इज one definition of research. It means research is a scientific or systematic inquiry that uses disciplined method to answer questions or solve problems, right? So what will be the ultimate goal of a research? Ultimate goal of a research is to develop, define, refine and expand a body of knowledge for a particular discipline, right? So with this only we'll close today video, and next video will discuss about the difference between the problem solving method of acquiring knowledge and research. In next video we'll discuss the difference between problem solving approach or problem solving process and your research, right? And then after this video we'll move to the proper full-fledged definition and everything about research. So thank you for today. Keep watching. We'll discuss lot many things regarding research in our subsequent video. So thank you for today, right?